Hey guys! So today's warm-up is going to be another Tabata.
Woohoo.
This one is pretty straightforward. So we're going to start with an air squat with feet outside of hip width. Levi is going to initiate with the hips, driving all the way past parallel and then driving up through the heels to full hip extension, keeping his chest nice and big the entire time. Ooh. Our whiteboard started to move. Okay, then we are going to go to push-ups. So starting in a plank position, he's going to go down with shoulders and hips lowering at the same time and then coming up at the same time. To scale this, he can go to his knees. This helps work the core, or he can snake up and down, dropping his hips, then his shoulders, and back up the opposite way. And then we've got sit-ups. So Levi's going to butterfly his legs. He's going to go all the way back, both shoulders touching the ground, and then coming all the way forward with his shoulders breaking that hip crease. All right, and then we've got burpees. He's going to drop to the ground, both feet going back at the same time and then coming back up together at the same time, going all the way out overhead. To scale this, he can place his hands down, stepping his feet back, and then also stepping his feet forward, but still all the way out overhead. All right, that is your warm-up for the day. For twos, you'll do 2 rounds of that, yes.
2 rounds.
This is what Addie always does. I'm going to start doing that too. I cannot wait till we get back to school. I've found so many different things I'm going to do to embarrass her. This thing, a lot. Okay, so for Tuesday's WOD, we've got a fun chipper. We enjoyed this one. 4 core. Damn. All right, for Tuesday's WOD, we've got 3 rounds for both core and one day. Core, you are going to do 10 front squats, 10 sit-ups, 10 kettlebell or dumbbell swings or band pulls, and 10 calf raises. For one day waters, you've got 25 overhead squats, 15 hollow hold cannonballs, 25 kettlebell or dumbbell swings or band pulls, and 15 tuck jumps. This one seemed like it was going to suck a lot more than it actually did, but it still sucks. Okay.
It's quick, but it's, yeah, it gets you.
It gets ya. Levi is going to demo these movements for us.
All right. Start out, we'll run through the core movements first, starting with front squats. So with the band, with the front squats, all we want to do is get our feet firmly planted with that band right in the middle. Bring that band up in the front rack position with our elbows forwards, and then everything's the same as the air squat. We just have resistance. So again, pushing the knees out, keeping the torso up, keeping those elbows up the entire time. Then we have sit-ups. Sit-ups are just going to butterfly sit-ups here. So we're going to butterfly the legs all the way back and then all the way forward with the shoulders past the hip crease. And then we have kettlebell swings or dumbbell swings or band pulls. Starting with the band pull, we have, again, same thing, bands in the middle of our feet, and then we're going to pull using our hips and our shoulders with that band straight out in front. Okay, you've got 10 of those. If you have a kettlebell, we're going to make this either Russian or American. We're going to try to go all the way out overhead. If we're not comfortable with that, we'll bring it straight out in front of us. But again, using our hips to launch this bell out overhead or right out front. All right. And then for the dumbbell, you can do the same thing, holding it however you like. But again, we're still using our hips to launch that weight out overhead, keeping our arms straight as possible, just as straps. And then finally, for the core workout, you've got calf raises, where you can either find a raised surface or just a flat surface and just stand up on your toes 10 times. All right, so that's all the movements for the core. For the one day WOD, we have overhead squats. You can do overhead squats with a band, do single leg, put it in the middle of your leg, press it out overhead, and squat down, okay? So you can do that with a band if that's what you got. If you got a kettlebell, bring that kettlebell out overhead, keep everything stacked, elbow locked out, shoulder locked out the entire time, squat stance, everything stays tight, goes down together, pass parallel, and back up. Make sure you're keeping that kettlebell lined up, or that weight lined up the entire time. You've got 25 of those. Mix up arms left and right however you feel comfortable. You can do the same thing with the dumbbell. Again, just making sure it's locked out overhead, all the way down and all the way back up. Hollow hold cannonballs is next. So for these, we're gonna start out in that hollow position. So feet are off the ground, shoulders are up. We come up, squeeze our knees, and back down. All the way back to that hollow position. So our feet never really touch the ground. So make sure you're doing that. And then you've got 25 kettlebell or dumbbell swings. We just covered that. And then 15 tuck jumps. So a tuck jump, we're not squatting, we're just jumping straight up and bringing our knees as high as possible. Now, the measurement of performance for this is I at least want the knees to get past the hips. So what that means is that's not a tuck jump, okay? That's a tuck jump. Coming from that flat foot position, bringing the knees up past the hips. You've got 15 of those. So this is 3 rounds for time. Yeah, just find a pace and go. Like I said, it's a pretty quick one if you can push hard and get it over with, but it's a good one. Focus on your form, focus on what you're doing, and have fun.